Megaopolis. Yikes. I will just cut to the chase with this one. This movie is bad. And I think everybody who you've heard talk about this movie has said that. I think there are some critics lying to themselves and trying to make it seem like it's not that bad of a movie, but like I said, they're lying to themselves. And I hate saying that because let me explain. I love Coppola. He's a great director. He's made so many great classics. Has he made anything recently of worth of substance? Not so much. Same way John Carpenter hasn't. But we still love him for his classics. And you kind of hope this movie would be a win, right? But it's not. I went into this movie just with the slightest amount of hope it would be good and my mind would be changed or I get something out of it. The best reviews you can read for this movie is it's ambitious but flawed, which is just a way of saying it's not good. Really. I mean, in a way, because this movie is incredibly ambitious. This is a movie that is not commercially viable at all. Lionsgate, apparently, I don't know if this is true, I've read this somewhere, that Coppola had to pay Lionsgate to release this film. And that's just sad, right? That this great director had to force a studio just to release this film because it is that much of a clusterfuck of a nightmare. But in a time where auteurs are dying, we're not seeing a lot of artistic films anymore. When you sit there in a theater and you watch a film like this, which is very auteur-driven, which is very crazy and insane, none of it makes much sense, but it still has so much vision behind it, for good or bad. There's things worth appreciating on that front, but it's a fucking terrible movie. There are moments in this movie where the dialogue is so insanely bad that I thought it was being played for comedic effect. But I could not tell. The performances are like that as well throughout the entire film. I have no idea what the world of Megaopolis is and what its rules are. It is incredibly cringy. None of it makes any fucking sense. It's just a complete and total nonsense film. Everything I said in my review of Joker, which this may or may not come out before my review of Joker, I feel the same about this movie, where this movie had no idea what it wanted to be. At least it felt that way. I think unlike Joker, this movie knew what it wanted to be because Coppola knew what he wanted this movie to be. The audience just does not understand what this film is. And that's the big problem with this movie. You watch this movie and you can't really get engaged or understand anything. There's almost 2.5 hours. And while I'm sitting here watching this, I'm exhausted. Because I'm watching this film and I'm trying to figure out, wait, what's this? What's this supposed to mean? At a certain point, the movie's so long you give up. And that's the way I felt watching Joker last night. And that's the way I felt watching this. And I almost fell asleep through it because it was just that hard to watch. It is just the worst film I've seen in terms of how much it took a lot to sit through this film. It is not my least favorite film of this year. It is still between Reagan and Garfield and probably, Joker's right under it. But Megaopolis is like number 3, and then Joker's probably number 4. It's just not great. I think this movie, I don't know, if it looks interesting to you, I recommend going to see it because you're never going to see anything like this, for good or bad. But I also don't recommend it on a weird level too. It's such a confusing film on that front. But let me hear your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe. Do you plan on seeing this Megalopolis movie? If so, what do you think? But yikes, this movie did not work.